Hey guys, Moosh here. So this is the first video of a series of videos I'd like to make about game development, or at least how I like to make games. Just to give you kind of a perspective of what goes into the game and what kind of thought processes and ideas that eventually get to the final product. So it's less of a tutorial of like how to make games, because there's really no proper way to make games, or art for that matter. So when I was thinking about our current game, which is a Pico Sim Date 3, obviously the biggest thought in my mind was, is it worth making now that Flash is kind of being obsolete within a few years, and probably a year from now? And so the obvious solution is just don't use Flash. Let's just remake the game in a new engine. So I looked at Unity and I took some time to think of what can we do better for the final release of the game. And especially for a game that's about 3 years old. Well, wait, actually like 4 years at this point, since it was released in 2015. God, we take forever. Jeez. But anyways, when I took that time to think about it, I thought of animations. Let's make the girls alive. Let's give them life, you know? And I've been working with this system in Unity called Any Portrait, which allows mesh animations. And Mona here is a good example of what it can do. So this character here is actually not part of the game, but very important to the development of the game. She was more of a prototype character, and you can see in this video she was very how do you say it? She was very in development even while I was drawing her. You can see kind of like the sketches of different designs that I was thinking for her, and the way that I create characters is very much like that. It's more of an exploration rather than a written detail of a character and then let's just put it onto a page. You kind of get a sense of the character that you want to make first. So I knew that Mona, I kind of wanted to put her on the stream, and I kind of want the stream to have a very chill, kind of cozy vibe. So that's why she has her cup of tea and her onesie and keeps her warm and everything, right? And that's the same with all the other characters in the game. It's just what kind of emotion is embodied with the character, and then let's just go with it. But what's actually most important about this exercise of making Mona is the techniques that I wanted to use for the game. So if you're familiar with the previous demo of the game, the art style is actually vector, which is very Flash, as in Flash makes vector graphics, which, if you're not familiar, vector graphics is a style that is best suited for cell shading. Basically, it's big blotches of solid colors and less blending, like in traditional art where there's the use of paint and the blending of those colors. And if you're familiar with lots of Flash cartoons and animations, you'll probably know what that look looks like. And almost like an edgy commentary on the fact that Flash is dying, I kind of wanted to do something different, and make it very obvious that we're not just finishing the game, but almost remaking it. So Mona here, our prototype girl, embodies that style that is no longer Flash, it's no longer vector, it's blending, and it's a painterly style. And as I update the characters for the game on stream or in other updates, you'll kind of see what that style will look like. And this style is actually not just about looking different, it's actually very helpful for the animations that we're going to do. So if you take a look at vector graphics, they're very hard lines in terms of the color that is being used, and if these different parts of a character are going to move, such as hair or clothing, you can see the cutoff of the movement of the parts if you use very solid colors like in vector art. If you've ever seen puppet bone animation, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you can tell that the forearm and the upper arm are actually separated as it's being rotated, and that's kind of not what I want to see for the characters. Of course, there's like ways to make that look good, but for the subtle animations that I would like for these characters, this painterly style is actually much better because the blending of the colors allows enough wiggle room as things start to move. You'll probably get a better idea of what I'm talking about in the next video, which will show the process of this mesh animations that we'll be using for the characters. But for now, I think that covers a lot of the thought that goes into making the characters in the style that we've chose for this game. So if you have any other questions that you'd like to know about the drawing and arting of this game, always reach out to me. I'm always happy to answer anything. But until the next video, which will be about the animations, I hope you enjoyed the rest of this speed paint, and I'll see you next time. Oh fuck. Bye.
one of these